Hey guys, it's me, Wilson, and we're
I
back
really wish
with another
the games
video,
from the start of the
and
company
it is
channel
on
were like
F1
supposed to get the
2021,
Grand Prix start.
obviously.
I really wish it
And
would still be
if you
around.
haven't already noticed, we're on the PC platform.
Yeah,
Uh,
it used to be F3.
I've not really said anything
Alright,
about this on
guys,
YouTube,
I'm
um,
gonna have to
but yeah,
close
we're on
things
the
because
PC
I actually want to
platform. I
focus.
think I got the
But
PC
yeah,
on
wish me luck. Let's
Monday,
go.
I think it was, late Monday, properly started using it on Tuesday. So yeah, I got the PC properly on Tuesday, I'd say. And we got jumped straight into the big boy tier PSGL F1. If you don't know that, if you don't know this league, I don't know where you've been living, to be honest. Everyone knows this league. PSGL is massive, as they say. But yeah, we've been jumped straight into the big boy league. We're a reserve in this race for Frederick
Bumping around
Rasmussen,
because
who
of the
pulled
safety
out,
chain.
and we've took a seat in the Red Bull. So some would
Yeah, I
say
know.
big boots to fill,
Yeah.
or is that it? I think that's it. But yeah, it doesn't really work that way in league racing terms, so
Fair
it
enough.
is what it is. But
Okay,
yeah,
4% rain for the
PC
entire
feels
course
great.
plus no
A,
rain.
a big
12%
step
for the
up
whole
from
race.
PS4. I really needed
Yep,
to get a
that's
PC
correct,
just to
Wilson.
take my career in racing to the next level, and because there's only so far you can go
Okay, I have to
on
actually leak my
the
setup to
console
see a lot of
platforms,
flips.
PS4 and
Every time
Xbox. You're
after
not
my
really going to
stream,
get
I
much
said
further.
like,
And
there's like
I
the
immediately
bullet
knew
points. I
that,
said,
or noticed
what were the
that
top clips on
after
my
this race,
stream?
just
Top
everything
5 are always
went
my,
up a
like,
bit.
some
Stream
things of my
views,
setup
just
clips, I swear to God.
it's just
The thing is, my setup's are
a
ass.
different world
Yeah,
PC, and
absolutely horrible.
obviously it's a lot more competitive, as you can see me going through the grid there
We got a carbon
momentarily. It's
ninjas, let's
just
hope he's
a
strong.
lot more competitive. We are missing a few drivers this race, um, due to them leaving for other commitments. But nevertheless, sorry that the aspect ratio is a bit messy here. I did fix that after the stream, but we're just gonna have to bear with it for now. Going into turn one, you want to brake just before the 100. Down second. A lot of people take third there. Some people even take fourth, which is just ridiculous. Um, this is the first ever Q1 lap I have done. So, or apart from a Grand Prix lap I've done just before this. So it's all a bit new to me. We do a 0.8 first, which isn't actually that bad in Q1. Through here, take a lot of inside. Don't hit that second part or you will go to the moon. First Lesmo here, down to 5th. Keep it in 5th in this lap because we felt like traction was pretty good. Here, second Lesmo down to 5th. We want to hit that orange bit, but we just missed it. So we didn't get perfection of rotation. Probably lost about 300s there from an ideal Lesmo. But nevertheless, sorry for that popping up on the screen. Ascari, just after the 100, we take that pretty nice. A little cautious in this lap just because it's Q1 and I didn't really want to invalidate my first lap just for confidence reasons. Now coming into Parabolica, I'm going to brake. I don't really know where I brake for here. I kind of just brake and guess. Down to 5th, up to 6th for short shifting reasons. 7th, 8th, and we're up to line. What's going to be? Could it be a 17? No, it is a 1 minute 18.023,
Yeah, that should be safe.
which is at the time I didn't
I
know if it would
invalidated
be
straight away in
enough
turn
to
1.
get to Q2, but
Yikes.
we'll just have to wait and see because it felt good, but there was definitely a 17 in it, and considering it was at the start of the session, first lap and everything, there's definitely more time in it. But we do go again, but on our used tyres, and as you can see, I think that's for Ritzel also getting out of the way in the most awkward place he physically could. Kind of distracted us. I don't know if we would have improved anyway, because at this point these tyres are absolutely dead. And yeah, you can already see we went wide there and we backed out. So now it is just a game of praying and hoping we don't get knocked out. Again, I've not done a Q1, Q2, Q3 format since I think it was last year in
I
a
mean, Q3 will
Trovo
be
times
hard, for me
PSGL
at least,
PlayStation
but
event. But we do get
I'll
through
give it
just
my best
14th
go.
on one set of tyres. A lot of people did use 2 sets, and we also done our lap at the start of the session pretty much, so that's pretty good. As you can see, a few people using 2 sets who got in the top 10 there. And yeah, so the risk we took paid off. Doesn't always pay off, but it did. And yeah, we are rewarded by getting 2 sets for Q2. There you saw we invalidated our first lap, which isn't ideal, so all the pressure's on our second lap here. We nail Ascari pretty nicely. This is really understeer. We definitely lost a bit of time there. I don't really want to put a timestamp on it, but I'd maybe say half a tenth a good Ascari. But coming into Parabolica now on our Q2 lap, we really need to nail this to get into Q3. If we can get into Q3 on our first race in the top tier PSGL, I'd be extremely happy. So coming up to the line, what can it be? Is it going to be a 17? That's what we're looking for. It's a 17.877. Nothing absolutely mind-blowing. As you can see, the pole time right now is 0.6. But I was pretty confident that would get us through, and it did. So coming on to our final lap of Q3, this is the lap we need to nail. If we don't nail this, there's a good chance we'll be starting 10th. So our first lap in Q3, our first proper representable lap in Q3 in the top tier PSGL starts now. We've got something to prove. We've got to prove for the PlayStation drivers that we're not plebs, a lot of people say. So here we go, we're going to take you through this lap. I'll try and commentate as well as I can. I'm not great at it, so let's see how it goes. But coming into turn 1, you want to brake just before this 100-meter board. I go down in second, take a lot of inside curb, fling it to the left. Use that inside curb to rotate you, but we do that pretty poorly. And it's actually a very poor first sector. Our delta is comparing to an old set of tyres that we actually used in Q2, so I'll explain that a bit later. Putting the brake bias up to 56, and we do a high 0.8, sector 1, very poor there. Into the second chicane, we do that pretty nicely. Not ideal in the exit, but it's better than nothing. First Lesmo here, down to 5th. We get a lot of understeer there as well, so it's not been great. Lesmo 2, can we nail this corner? And we don't nail that either, so it's been a pretty shoddy lap so far, but it's all to play for in the last sector. I noticed at this point that we're only 2-3 tenths up, so we really need to send this last sector if we want a good lap. Just coming into a sky, brake after 100, take a lot of inside curb, we do that perfectly. Through here, take a lot of inside curb, and we pretty much nearly do that to perfection. There's not much more left in that. Brake price still on the 56, I think. I can't really see. But coming into Parabolica, we need to nail this as well. Brake just before the 50, I think that is. Down to 5th, then back up to 6th. Not using too much of the exit, but bring it back over to the inside for the shortest front of the line. It looks like we're half a second up. We're going to cross the line, and it's going to be a 1 minute 17.771. And that immediately gets beat by Yoni Tormola, not my father. And yeah, I think Yoni Tormola went for back-to-back laps as he's still pushing. So thankfully he didn't block, and that would have been better. But yeah, a 0.7. To be honest, I was kind of disappointed by that. You can during that lap, it was like 3.3 a bit messy, but we got 4th. To like push really hard in the first and then pit. I can imagine a lot of people waddled and a lot of people made mistakes. I'm not saying I'm the only one who did.
I think undercut is going to be really strong.
But yeah, 4th I'm really happy with. Obviously I'm a racing driver, so we're always going to want more. 2nd was in the cards there if we just maybe hooked up turn 1 and 2 a bit better, or even the Lesmos, which are probably the easiest corners on the track. But that's on me, nobody else's fault, and I'm sure a lot of people messed up. I'm sure I'm in a call with Tomic in this race, and he messed up his last sector pretty badly, which cost him a lot. So everyone messes up. I think Nicholas is probably the only person who got a pretty good lap in for his standards. And yeah, so issue is I'm a bit of a noob to Q1, Q2, Q3 format, and going into Q3 on my banker lap, I used a used set of tyres, and those set of tyres were the tyres I were starting the race on. So I've learned the hard way. That was very stupid for me. I wasn't really focused at the time. But these things happen. I definitely won't do that in the next race.
Keep it clean on the start. Always to get involved.
It was pretty annoying, but I didn't know how bad it was going to be. Softs aren't too bad around Italy. The wear is generally just a little bit lower this game. I've not properly league raced this game. This is my first championship race, you could say. It's just been socials before this. But what are your tyres on, percentage-wise?
5 all around.
Mine are 12. As you can hear, I asked Tomic, who's in the call with me,
if I'm behind
what our tyres, and he said 5% all round. We're sitting in 13 highest and 12 on the rest. So that is going to be pretty issue. I think at the end of this formation lap, we were in 20%, so this is going to be a very tough start. Nevertheless, we've got 4 red lights, 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. Do we get a good start for the tyres worn? We actually get a pretty good start for having pretty worn rear tyres. Nevertheless, going into turn 1, can we maybe make a move in Yoni Tormola? We put it down the inside. It's a bit half-hearted. This could end very badly. He taps us, but we managed to catch a bit of a slide there. Back up to 3rd gear. Now we're side by side with Daniele Haddad. And are we going to hold this? We're draining all the RS. Full beans going in to Curvy Grande. now into this second chicane. Can we hold it? We're going to go defensive from Daniele Haddad. He's going to go for the move. We're trying to park the bus. He taps us in the rear end. I wonder if he might have got damage from that. I do not think he did. But we continue on, and yeah, a pretty clean lap 1. I just wanted to hold my position, especially with more worn tyres than everyone else around me. I just wanted to keep my position. But we moved to lap 6 now, so pretty far on. Nothing really happened, just a DRS train. I also have to push a little more than normal because of these tyres, but yeah, that is my mistake. But now you can see Daniele Haddad going for the move again. We were using a lot of ERS, but we did not want to dive it down. Yoni Tormo is inside, and there's really nothing we could do here, to be honest. He got us, and yeah, we just have no grip at this point. The tyres are completely gone. Now Tomic's got us. Can we maybe defend from Tomic? It's going to be a bit tough. He leaves us the room, but we just decide to really back out there, and yeah, no point in fighting it. And now Fabrizio, for some reason, thinks he will go for the move. I don't know why, but we pit anyway because yeah, there's no point. We decided to go for an aggressive strategy onto the mediums lap 6. I didn't even really know the pit window. I just knew he got 3.3% a lap in mediums. So yeah, this was just the thought process behind that. I just thought we need to go aggressive because we're going to lose so much, and for some reason Fabrizio was all over us trying to make a move in Ascari, which I don't really understand. But nevertheless, we come out, we try, we undercut Tomic, who actually overtook us. We don't get Yoni, which is expected. The undercut isn't that powerful at Monza. It's not crazy, but it is there, as you can see. And now we're on a really big push lap for a few laps.
I'm on 50.
This is the next lap, I believe, after that. And I think we're undercut. I don't know. I think we undercut maybe one driver there as we go into turn 1. Tomic's actually going to try and make a move on us. We don't really defend. We just take our normal racing line. We leave a bit of space, and we have a huge tank slapper on the exit. So that's not very ideal for this undercut strategy. Don't really know what was going on there, but doesn't really help us for this undercut. But nevertheless, we still do undercut these two drivers, so it has worked out. We try and go for a move on Yoni, but we think better of it. No point in wasting a race on that. And we are up into net second place, and Tomic is up into net third. So no worries there. It looks like we've all pulled off some sort of undercut. We are on the youngest or the oldest tyres out of them all, so that's gonna make life a bit more difficult towards the end. But I don't know if we'll be getting to the end of this race, as you'll see coming up. But yeah, to be net second, well, I think I'm net second. We haven't seen the Orno pit yet, but I'm pretty sure it's net second. To be net second, their first PSGL F1 race, they're extremely happy. This is definitely a confidence boost to me. But now it looks like we do have a bit more pace over Yoni, but I think that's mainly getting a bit saturated due to the DRS. You can't really tell if you're quicker than someone when you're in DRS or slower, because it's just ridiculously powerful. Which in hindsight it should be, in real life it's ridiculous as well. But I don't know if Yarno stays on our lap. I think he does, so that's crazy. I think this lap for Fabrizio pit, so we'll see where he comes out. Can we see him on the right? Yeah, we can. That's him. I think another car came out as well. I don't know who that was, but he gets undercut massively. And I think Tomic goes for a move again, but I don't know if that was because Nicholas was attacking him. We don't defend. We keep our line. I don't think it's really a good idea to defend into turn 1, because if you want to make a move into turn 1 and inside, you really need to give it everything and brake extremely late in a corner that everyone is already braking extremely late. So it's not really worth it defending. But if you haven't already noticed, if you look at the cars in front and behind, they're ghosting.
You guys are ghosting on Nico's POV.
I don't know what happened here. I don't know if it was.
Except for Tomic, no.
I don't know. The cars decided to ghost for some reason.
But wait, actually, no, Tomic's ghosting some
making it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's just. I don't really know how to explain it. They're just ghosted. There's not much more you can say. I don't know why they've ghosted. The car should ghost when you're lapping them, not when this is happening. And yeah, it was just a bit of a mess. A safety car then came out, and I didn't show any remainders of what happened there because it was just a mess. And yeah, it's I think Fabrizio and Jarno retiring the pits, and at this point, the race had been called off. And yeah, pretty poor from Codemasters. I mean, it's hard to be nice in these situations to Codemasters. I'm not going to throw shade, but yeah, as you can see, we crashed ourselves out because at this point the race has been red flagged / cancelled. But yeah, it is pretty disappointing how this happened. I'm trying to pick my words wisely here. It is disappointing that these things are happening on a game that should be esports level. But what can you do? These things happen. Hopefully, Codemasters do fix it. I've heard they've been trying to look into it to some extent. So let's hope they do, because this is just ruining league racing. And if this got through to esports, it would make F1 esports look like a complete joke to the wider esports community, and that's not what we want, is it? So, and especially when PSGL and WR and all these leagues are pretty much the foundation for esports, and this is happening. And I think at the time this had maybe like 5k live viewers and 30, 40k complete viewers at the end of it. Yeah, it's not a good look in them. So it's all for them to fix. I'm not a Codemasters employee. This shouldn't really be in the game. But yeah, it is what it is. Enough of my ranting. I don't really think I need to say much more. It's pretty self-explanatory. But nevertheless, personally, I don't really. Well, I do care, obviously, that the race kind of got stuffed up. We could have been on for maybe a podium there. A win if everything went well, but let's be honest, I don't know if we would have got the win. That's been extremely optimistic. But even a podium, even a top 5, to be honest, I would have been happy with, because expectations were pretty low coming into this, as you'd imagine. But yeah, I was extremely happy with that. Even though the race got cancelled and everything, I feel like I've proved myself to some extent on the PC platform. So I'll take this any day of the week. Really happy with how I performed. Qualifying, I wasn't too happy, but I can imagine everyone else balled as well. So not a lot of people would have been happy in qualifying. And yeah, so extremely happy with that. Hopefully, there'll be more PC videos coming out soon if we race at Britain next Thursday, and that all goes well. I'll definitely upload another video. I'm sorry if the editing was a bit choppy. If everything was just a bit scruffy this video, I am just getting to grips with editing on PC, and yeah, I'm new to it all, so just give me some slack if I'm still crap at this in 2 weeks. You're allowed to slack me for it, but yeah, now I feel like I have an excuse, and yeah, so that's what it is. But hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. If you haven't already, go follow my Twitch, Wilson_Hughes, where I stream these races, and my Twitter if you want as well, which is Wilson Hughes with 3 S's. But nevertheless, I'll see you guys in the next one, and thank you for watching. Bye.